rustiness. Is there even just some meshing of the group that has to start over?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said before, it's been a long time since we've had the whole group together. It's going to take some time for us to mesh. There were some positives for sure. And that toe is just going to be a little bit problematic for the rest of the season. It's just he's going to stub it or, tweak it or whatever, and then have to come out and then go back in, and it's just going to be, that's how it's going to be. But it was good to have him out there.
Coach, that third quarter, give up 30 points.
Yeah.
What are you not seeing in terms of the second half start that you saw in the first half?
Yeah, they were making a bunch of threes for sure, and we weren't getting out to their three-point shooters. We did a really good job, I thought, in the first half defensively, as far as our switching and getting up into them and making their shots hard, and we just didn't have the same intensity as far as like the switches and finding, especially Bane, finding him, and obviously Morant was putting a lot of pressure on our defense. But yeah, the third quarter has to be better, and especially when I make the subs, we gotta make sure we keep moving in the right direction.
There was that moment in the third, Jalen throws the ill-advised lob,
Yeah.
the three, you took a timeout. Is that kind of like compounding of mistakes, something you're really working to avoid here?
Yeah. I mean, we had a few of those. We had, I think, maybe 2 lobs that we threw out of bounds. We had the one where Alpi had it in the post, and they double teamed from the baseline. They threw it behind his back to the other team. So yeah, we just have to understand the importance of every possession, and when we're fighting so hard, we can't just give points away. So yeah, that's always try to call a timeout when stuff like that happens to get us reset.
Coach, Jabari been struggling since you guys came back from All-Star break. How do you go about kind of keeping his confidence up in order for him to don't get too down on himself? Yeah.
I talked to Jabari quite a bit. We watch film, and I try to alleviate the pressure from him. He is a perfectionist, and it's hard to be a perfectionist in the NBA. You have to have like short memory and all that, and he's going through it a little bit right now, but I'm sure he'll bounce back because number one, he's a really good worker. He's super conscientious when it comes to his game, and then this is a rookie thing that happens, and he'll bounce back.
Did Kevin vocalize that he was experiencing toe pain throughout the game today?
Not throughout the game.
Okay.
Not throughout the game. He just had one moment you probably saw where he kind of stayed in the backcourt, and then he came out of the game. But he recovered, which was good.
Coach, during training camp, you guys obviously did different defensive coverages, certain switching, blitz, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At this point of the year, how comfortable do you think those guys are with those different schemes?
They're pretty comfortable. I mean, there's only so much we can do, obviously, but they are pretty comfortable with our like side pick and roll, extra help on the side pick and rolls. They're relatively comfortable with our switching. We still can do a better job. And the switch defense is you notice a lot of times it's the teams that have been together for a long time, like the team that was here before I got here, who could switch everything, and they were a veteran team, and they just like knew it, and because they've been through it a bunch. And when we're in our switching, sometimes we get surprised just because it's stuff that it'll be like an early slip or a late curl or something like that as much as we practice it, you just have to go through it over and over and over again. So we have gotten better as the season has gone along at that stuff, but again, we need more experience.
When you take a look at the problems that's going on with the switchings, do you kind of like want to revert back to just telling them to stay home, or is it because of the way the game is played today?
It really depends on the team that we're playing. I mean, whether we're staying home or we're switching. The last few games, like the Golden State game, we were more switchy. The Portland game, we were staying home a little bit more, but then we got into all the trapping and that, which was important. And then this game, we were more switchy as well. But it really just depends on who we're playing and the style of play of the team that we're playing against.